have with us a very versatile speaker joining us for the keynote session. We have Kazuhiro Koike-san, CEO, Asahi Markets, Top Left Incorporation, Japan. He's going to have a keynote session on marketing trends and their regulations in the financial industry. Let me introduce him for all of you. Over 30 years of extensive knowledge and experience in the financial industry, he began his career as a regulator at the Japan Securities Dealers Association, where he worked for 15 years after graduation. He spent 6 years in investment banking at Credit Suisse. Following that, he served for the 10 years as a CEO of both domestic and international financial institutions, including Traders, IG, and CMC. He involved in Nasdaq Japan project, contributing to the establishment of a new stock exchange in Japan. So please put your hands together as we welcome on stage Kazuhiro Koike-san, CEO Asahi Markets Incorporation. Resounding applause for the gentleman, ladies and gentlemen. And I think it's going to be worth listening to him. A lot of insights coming, there are a lot of thoughts coming. And the person who is here to learn, I think this is the best time.
Good morning, everyone. How are you? Thank you. I'm Kazuhiro Koike from Tokyo, Japan. I'm very happy to join this event and also having a chance to speak about the recent Japanese trend and other cultures. So I hope you enjoy this 20 to 30 minutes. So based on the PowerPoint presentation, so today, I would like to speak about two topics. One is the recent trend, Japan economics and culture difference. Second topic is to talk about financial market mechanism in Japan and also recent trend. So my background career history is already explained. Thank you very much. And I'm now CEO of Asahi Markets and Top Left. It's mainly I spend my time for online brokerage in the global markets as a CEO of Japan, especially at the time of TF Global Markets. They joined from scratch. Acquired the license newly and opened the market. It took over 2 years to get a license from global to Japan. It's very much difference between Japan and global regulation, compliance, culture, and language. So much differences. It was a big challenge, but finally, they took a license, obtained the license in Japan. So, Japan, what kind of image do you have it? So, if you look at the capital Tokyo, the picture is cherry blossom. This week is a main week for the cherry blossom, 100% in Tokyo. So, I will join next week. The Kyoto is a very traditional town. Many tourists is coming from overseas. For food, it's exporting from Japan to global. The ramen, or sushi, or teriyaki, or wagyu. Wagyu is Japanese beef. Wa is Japan. Gyu is beef in Japanese. For anime, so it's also very unique contents. We export it to the overseas. So some of you might have an experience to enjoy the Japanese anime in your younger age. I am a big fan of One Piece. So for foreign investors, the number is increasing year by year. So if we look at 2025, last year, the tourist is coming from overseas is 42.7 million. Japanese population is 120. 1/3 is coming from overseas to enjoy Japanese contents. So if we look back 2010, it's almost 4 times compared with 15 years ago. So many tourists is enjoying Japanese town. I'm living in center of Tokyo, so many foreigners is coming and enjoying the town and food, everything. So the first topics, let's move on to the economics. Nominal GDP. If you look at the red line, so the growth rate Japan is unfortunately minus 20% compared with 2010. So Japan is not developing GDP itself. GDP is a size of economics. So in 2010 or before, so Japan was rank 4. Now number 3, now rank 4. Number 1 is US. Number 2 is China. Number 3 is Germany. Number 4 is Japan right now. And India is growing, ranking to number 5 at the moment. China is also amazing growth. So this is data of the global competitiveness. So there are 2 associations, WEF and IMD. So WEF, they stopped the data in 2019. So Japan was ranked number 6. On the other hand, IMD, they are researching a wider range than WEF. The rank was now 35. So it looks like behind from other countries. So the reason is delay in digital transformation and the productivity gains. That's the reason why it's going to be 35 at the moment. So this data is a CPI, Consumer Price Index. On the left side, it's a US, United States. The right side is Japan. So if we look at the left side, US CPA are increasing 48% compared with 15 years ago. And the real wage is 50% up. However, in Japan, CPI is slightly increased 20% from 15 years ago. How also, the wage is amazingly minus 3%. It looks like Japan is not developing, but it's changing at the moment. I will explain later. Why Japan real wage is not increasing? It's very much related with Japanese culture. So it's very strange for everyone, but I have to explain that reality, what's happened in the past 30 years in Japan. So company structure factor is the biggest point why Japan wage is not increased. Say one word, conservative stance. Since bursting the economics bubble in 1990, until 1990, Japan was going well. However, the big bubble crashed. Then the company were going to be more conservative to protect the company rather than wage increase. One is wage up equal company risk. Wage down is restricted by law to protect employees. Two reasons: the company didn't increase the salary, couldn't increase the salary itself. And lifetime employment, it's also very unique culture in Japan. It's a traditional practices. So it's seniority-based wage system. It's not changing, but when I joined the company after new grads, so 1 year ago, my colleagues joined. He told me, Koike, so you are all the time my younger brothers. So such kind of, mechanism or culture was popular in Japan. Therefore, the salary didn't change, even if the performance is very good, rather than my brother. And also not easy to lay off by law. It's still, we have such law. Cannot lay off. In the global company, normally pay 3 months package or 4 months package to discuss or negotiate to agree. However, under the Japanese culture, so layoff is not prohibited, but it's very much hated activities because the rumor will be enhancing. This company lay off many times. Therefore, new joiner is hesitating to join the company. Fourth one is, it's the most important point, prioritized retained earnings and internal reserves rather than investment to the everything, investment to everything, including wages. Also, the fifth point, increased non-regular employment. It's going to be a downward pressure to the company. It's a government policy, so government recommended to increase non-regular employment rather than real employment, regular employment, because of such kind of issues to calm down everything. However, the story has been changing. In 2 years ago, stock exchange reform initiatives. Tokyo Stock Exchange announced, and government announced, low PBR. PBR equal price book value ratio. Over 5,000 companies are listed in Tokyo Stock Exchange. At the time, 2 years ago, many of the companies' PBR was less than 1 times. It means company's value, book value, versus real asset. Real asset is always bigger than company value. Therefore, PBR is always under 1 times. So this is a very big changing for the old type Japanese companies. About 1,000 companies was less than 1 times PBR. They announced such low PBR company will be delisting in 3 years. Time will come in the end of this year. So many foreign investors is coming to Japan recently to buy the company's stock, which is less than 1 times PBR company, because companies are trying to make it more than 1 times to keep listing. Such activities is going to be stock price raising. I will explain later. So, also, together with such changing, wage increase rate is now over 5%. And also improving market discipline, as I explained, stock prices, indices is increasing. So this is also unique data, savings and investment trends. Japanese are very much conservative citizens. So they would save money rather than investing to equities in the past. If we look at the right side, the equities is going to be 261% compared with 15 years ago, especially after 2019. A lot of regulation affected the result. Against cash deposit increased 142%. So this is very important. Many Japanese start investing to equities rather than saving money to the bank because bank rate, Federal Reserve rate, Bank of Japan rate is very low in the past, almost 0%. One of the reasons why savings to investment is changing. Background of the shift, NISA, N-I-S-A. It's an investment program from 2024. Tax-free investment program for individual investors. So individual investors get the profit, but they need to pay tax at all, 0%. Normally, we need to pay, out of NISA, we have to pay tax capital gain of 20%. But it's free for the NISA program. It's very important. And also rising inflation awareness. Inflation has reduced the value of cash itself. Equity investment have become more active as an asset defense. A third point, stock price raise and cheaper Japanese yen. I'll explain the detail later. So this is very interesting. Policy rate and US dollar Japanese yen. So if we look at between 2016 and 23, Bank of Japan's rate is zero rate. Company can enjoy Bank of Japan's cash as they want with zero rate. That's why Japanese companies are getting cash, but they didn't invest, mainly for the reserving to use internally rather than investing. However, the story has changed, as I explained. In the meantime, US federal rate is a little bit widening the rate between Japan and the US. It means many investors borrow yen with zero rate and investing to the US dollars. It's a carry trade. It was very much popular. So as a result, Japanese yen is going to be cheaper than compared with 2010. It was about 90 Japanese yen. Now it's about 160. So Japanese yen is going cheaper, but last year, Bank of Japan finally changed the rate from 0 to 0.75. Such changing is happening in recent Japanese economics. So this is very easy to understand. Nikkei 225 on the right side or red. It's a Japanese stock 2 to 5 indices. It's going up over 60%. S&P 500, it's also increasing. And amazing, nifty Indian stock is also jumping up compared with 15 years ago. FTSE, FTSE, and Shanghai is still developing, but not amazing rate. Especially Shanghai is a Chinese Hong Kong stock indices, so it's not growing so much. It's a summary for the explanation. So I'm sorry to explain running so fast. So GDP is still fourth ranking in the world globally. Competitiveness is not good, 35 ranking under IMD. Low CPI rate and wage, but it's changing. The company's culture is now changing. Therefore, stock price is raising dramatically high. Changing culture to the retail investors, NISA program deregulation affected the result. Zero rate yield curve control is finished. Japanese yen carry trade will be finished. So foreign investors are coming to Japanese market to invest. The last point is raising stock price like this. So 40–60%, especially after 2022, 23, 24, jumping up, the curve is very sharp. So totally, Japanese economics used to be very conservative, and we are calling lost 30 years. However, recent trend and changing, a new prime minister is very much aggressive fiscal policy. So in 2 years, so much change is happening in Japan. I believe this trend will continue from this year, next year, and for a long time. I believe so. So this is the second part. Key difference in financial marketing. So I've been in charge for the financial industry a long time. Marketing is very important. If we compare with Japan and non-Japan, it's calling global today. So if I say global marketing method is engagement times expandability. On the other hand, Japan is trust times benefit. The reward point is a very important keyword for today's session. In US and global, AI-driven hyper-personalization. AI is enhancing Japan, but it's not much at the moment. Old type, mass media, old media, Japanese people are still trusting such kind of exposure rather than AI's answer or recommendation. So in Japan, third-party validation is also very important. It's brand awareness, and it's going to be a conversion. On the other hand, in the global, financial recommendations and tailored to individual life cycles, styles. Also, IB, introducing broker, is very much popular in Japan. It's a small community, but introducing the trade of success to copy the trade of the other one, to introduce and introduce. On the other hand, Japan, it's not common to introduce, to talk about the money itself. So it's very difficult to explain. Money is very much personal issues. Therefore, how much stock do you have? How much money do you have? How success did you? It's very much taboo or prohibited. It's not opened at the moment. Therefore, Japanese are researching by themselves rather than introducing from outside. Also, introducing brokers is regulated in Japan as well. We need a license to introduce the method to other one. It's called advisory license. It's not easy to get it. Therefore, IB is not popular in Japan. We need to check online or commercials or some kind of exposures rather than copy trade from outside. Reward point, it's very unique economic ecology cycles. We Japanese prefer to get benefit rather than introduction. For keyword in global, AI, social, lifetime value. In Japan, keyword mass media, reward points, and ranking is a comparison site. So many comparison sites in Japan is up and running. People are watching. Number one looks like credible company, but the company are paying much money to be number one. This is a landscape on each industry, banks, securities, and CFD FX brokers. So MUFG is a Mitsubishi Group, the bank, huge bank. The sales volume is 96 billion US dollars against 45 billion US dollars for HSBC. If we look at the right side, how much did they spend for the marketing? Mitsubishi, MUFG, only 0.1% for the advertisement. If we look down the bottom, CFD FX brokers, they are spending marketing budget 20% from sales. Mitsubishi is already branded. They are enjoying scale merit rather than client acquisition. HSBC, they are focusing on sponsorship-driven marketing. And the middle point, securities. Nomura is one of the biggest brokers in Japan. They don't invest advertisement so much, 0.8%. They are focusing on Salesforce-centered. It's a human-related sales stance rather than branding or rather than spending much money to the advertisement. It's very unique. So 10% of the Nomura's employees are in charge for the Salesforce. So many Salesforce are moving every day to get the clients, to visiting the clients. It's a human-oriented type of management. On the other hand, CFD brokers, IG Group, or Hirose. So Hirose is a Japanese local FX brokers. They are spending 20% of the sales for the advertisement. Also, they are very much unique programs. They are providing not dividends, but food, ramen or sushi or some kind of food distribution as a gift. It's very unique. So if we look at totally, MUFG only 0.1%. Hirose, 20% spend. My company, Asahi, is same. Almost 20% using the money to the advertisement. There are biggest reason why so much spend we need to do it, because solicitation. FX brokers cannot solicit client directly, only online acquisition. It's very important. It's prohibited by law. So in global, sales team are calling to the client, why don't you open the account? Why don't you trade with us? It's a campaign. We can't say that. We are just waiting the client to come to our account, open the account, just waiting by online advertisement. It's a very big difference from Japan and global. Banking models, reward point ecosystem, as I explained, is very much major in Japan. On the other hand, global, AI-driven platform, AI hyper-personalization. In Japan, cashback, loyalty programs, such incentive is very important to open the account for the clients. The channels, global mobile application, short form video, digital advertisement. In Japan, acquisition channel is mass media, reward points, physical branches. It's very old type, traditional company. So, reward point. What this? Earn 1 point for every $1 spent or invested. Customers choose financial services based on the program, economic zone application. On the bottom, on the left side, SBI Securities, they are collaborating with 4 types of reward point company. If I have the right one, PayPay company. PayPay is a very big company listed in Nasdaq stock market last 2 months ago. Huge market value. The Rakuten is only Rakuten point. If I have a Rakuten card or point, I would open the account at Rakuten Securities, not SBI, not other one. It's very unique. au, Capcom, au is a mobile company. The client who have au mobile normally open the account at au Capcom. Such economic enclosure cycle on reward point is very much popular. It's not only the investment. When I go to 7-Eleven to buy something, do you have A point card, B point card? If I go to another restaurant, do you have C point, reward point, or D point? Always they're asking us. So I think foreigners might have such experience. Do you have a point or not? It's a very busy for the shop side. They have to ask all the time, do you have A point, B point, something? I don't have a point at the moment, but this is a very unique system. So it's going to be an opportunity to open the account, which the client have already have Taiwan. SBI is the largest online company. They are collaborating with 4-point card companies. Summarizing, earn points and virtual currency, it's going to be reinvest and spend. This is very unique Japanese original system. I don't know what's going on, the situation in global, but it's very unique. If someone have a good idea to do it in outside Japan, it's very much interesting, I think. It's for securities. It's a middle type, Nomura or other brokers. In global, social community is very important. In Japan, it's a structure and education. Affiliate, it's a comparison site. Client want to trade with rank 1, 2, 3 companies, not 10. It's affiliate site. It's very important. In US and global, social and copy trade. Copy trade is very popular, but in Japan, it's prohibited without a license. And the channels in the global, Reddit, Wall Street Bets, Discord, community side, FinTalk, influencers. In Japan, YouTube investment video, or NISA, as I explained, deregulation, tax-free program. It's good opportunities for securities firm to shout, we are campaign on NISA, why don't you join us? Such kind of conversation. And the seminars, it's very much popular in Japan, but it's prohibited to solicit the client who joined the seminar. Why don't you open the account now? In global, it's okay. In Japan, it's prohibited by regulation. So, strategic direction in global, social and gamified, if I say one word. In Japan, deregulation, the save money to investment, it's a recent trend. So, last, CFDs, FX brokers. In Japan, high CPA acquisition, cost per acquisition. It's very much struggling by myself every day to get an account from new clients. Large cashback and affiliate payouts, $400 per account open. Our company need to pay $400 to the affiliators to get one client. But the client come, as a reality, the client trade only 30% among that. It means $120, sorry, $1,200 per trade client to get it. It's very expensive in Japan. How, on the other hand, if we look at the global case, EA developers or signal copy trade providers are very much popular, I think. Or football club sponsorship. I used to be a CEO of IG Group Japan. IG were the sponsorship of Liverpool Premier League. It's very much popular in Japan. Therefore, many clients will come to our account through such kind of sports sponsorship. So for the partner, in Japan, advertising agencies, we need to find affiliators through advertising agencies. We can't make a contract directly to the affiliate site because thousands of affiliate sites in Japan. But financial association regulators say you should check, background check. These affiliates are not fraud or real companies or healthy. So we can't check over 1,000, 2,000 affiliates. Therefore, we have to rely on these tasks to outside agencies advertisement. We have to pay this money to the agencies. They will get a client through affiliate site. Therefore, affiliate network, the comparison site, is the most popular channel to acquire the clients in Japan. For global, traders and tool developers, master IB, sub-IB networks are very much popular, I think. It's a social communities. It's a very big difference between Japan and global. So, outlook. As I explained, in Japan, we need to break away from reward point ecosystem to more AI or sophisticated channels. In global, I think the win the game in red ocean. Similar contents and also fraud risk, high sensitivity to securities. I think that in the global, it's up and running, but still red ocean. In Japan, margin pressure from reward competition. We need to break away in a short time and weakened brand loyalty. So, strategic shift in global, differentiate through trust rather than AI or some kind of automatic trade. To do that, compliance and transparency is very important, and also education program. In Japan, more community-driven lifetime value model need to be shifted sooner. Build communication, learning from global situation. It's a line or WhatsApp. We need to more, maximize the value to use it. And also AI-driven personalized support is our next topics and the theme for us. So I think the learning together, good point from Japan, from global. So if we could have a chance to discuss what's the best way for the marketing to get client acquisition. Not only one way, reward point or some kind of IB program, but also mixing between the one, Japan and global. So if I could have a chance to discuss someone, what's the best way for the global marketing next stage? Thank you very much for listening. Thank you. So actually, it's the first time for me to have such a session in such executives in front of you. So it was very much pleasure, but I slept well last night. So please enjoy after the session and the Manila town or Manila food, everything. So thank you very much. So if you have a chance to see again, I'm very happy. Thank you very much.